Hi guys, so this is another video where I go through stagnant inventory, things that aren't selling, and I just try to decide what I'm going to do with it. So I don't know how to link up in the, but if you look through my videos, you will see that I have one like about a week ago. I went through about 10 or 15 items on that one. This one I have 23 items, and I'm going to go through with you what I decided to do with all this stuff. Most of these are at least, they've got to be a year and a half old because I've only been using these stickers for that. And the oldest things I had, before then, and then I implemented them into my system and numbered them. So just because they have a number doesn't mean they aren't older than that. And I can kind of tell by my background or who was working for me at the time or whatever, before COVID, that so some of these are probably 2 years old and I've just decided to give up. I'm treating them like they're a new item. Not necessarily would I buy them today. I think that's a really strong standard when you already have something in your inventory. But I am re-looking up the comps. I'm trying to decide the chances that this should stay in my inventory. If reducing the price is the problem, I am all for that. I will reduce the price and give somebody a bargain just to keep it in my inventory and not have the drag on my store of pulling a lot of stuff out. But in many of these cases, you're going to see that maybe they were in style 2 years ago and I just missed it. Maybe they fell off. There are a couple things that were not listed. That's the main reason I'm doing it, is because I know that there are a few things in my inventory that I've seen in person, and I just have not seen them in my listings. Doesn't mean that I have by hand gone through them, but that's what I'm doing now. So what I do, so this is the box from my first video. It's 1/19/23. And so I've gone through, these are the ones I decided to keep, and then I got rid of some. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill out this box, and I'll change the date here, or I'll put 1/23 so that I know that as of 1/23, these were good, they were there, they were verified. And I'm just going through and trying to get my store to where it's a machine. All the new stuff I'm buying, it flips pretty much within 90 days because I'm running those comps before I ever bring it back into my store. So I don't have as much of a problem anymore. My stuff flips faster. And like I've shown you before, this is number 50. And then the next one is number 95, and these are my two oldest items in my store. So somewhere in between there, 40 some items did sell. It's just that for whatever reason, I have a couple of stagnant items. Then it skips to number 164. So from 95 to 164. So I'm very happy with it. It's just that I need to find out why these are still here. I don't have a space issue yet. I have plenty of space in my garage, so that isn't even why I'm doing it. I just want these to move. I find myself going to the back of the garage and grabbing all this new stuff that I've just listed, and then this stuff, like once a week I'll go to one of these stagnant boxes. And so if I decide to keep them, this is truly my last ditch attempt on these, and then they're getting donated. Okay, so let's start with number 1. I've got to turn these the other way. So I talked about on my last video where I did some editing how I had gone to, or maybe it was a sale. Maybe I made a sale on it. But I went to this one garage sale about 40 miles away from me, and he had passed away. It was an estate sale, and his family just had all of his stuff out there, and I did so well. I mean, I got posters. I got all kinds of vintage University of Wyoming shirts. I got Miami Dolphins stuff, which sold a lot better. And he liked, music, and he liked sports. And so I think it was $1 a shirt, and I more than made my money, I think, within a few days. And my son got something there. I can't remember what, if it was sports cards or something, but he did good too. But anyway, I've tried and tried. This is a music t-shirt. A lot of his stuff, he was, I'm, it's going to be insulting, but he was like a groupie type, I guess is the only word I can think of it. He was a fan, a big fan, and he would go to all of these WWE things, and he would go to these music things. So he had signed pictures, and he had all this stuff, and I got some of those. They didn't do as well as I thought, because, I didn't know my wrestlers, and I paid so little, it wasn't like a money issue. But I just grabbed everything I could. So yeah, overall a great thing, but this just has to go. I looked up the comps, even the CDs on this lady, Pamela Moore, they aren't doing well. I'm just going to donate this to, or not donate it, but take it to consignment. I think as just a good old, like, rock t-shirt in a good size. It's a 3X. I should know that because that's what most of his stuff was, and that's why it sold so quick too. A lot of the University of Wyoming t-shirts were not only like 15, 20 years old, but they were in a 3X size, and that's why I did so well on them. But this is also on a jerseys tag, so is this even like real merch? I don't know. I don't know how popular she is and if she just makes her own t-shirts or what, but I couldn't find a whole lot on eBay, so that's going to consignment. Where to put my bag? There we go. And then I'm just going to save all this as packing. Anyway. Okay. Let's see where I'm at. That was number 1. I'm looking for Aeropostale. I think it's these. Oh no, I kept that. That's why it's not in order. Hold on. All right. Okay, so this is something I'm keeping. It's just a pair of, and I'm keeping the stuff I'm keeping over here. It's going in the boxes, needless to say. So this is a pair of Aeropostale extra large swim trunks. It's got the hibiscus. It's Hawaiian. Actually, I said extra large. It's large. But they're in very good condition. They've got the cargo pockets. I don't know why they haven't sold. I went in and I changed some keywords, and I put Hawaiian cargo, hibiscus, board shorts, that kind of thing. I just changed up some of my keywords. I had a good title structure and good keywords anyway. I lowered the price a little bit. I want to say I put it at $10, $50, or $11. And then I just upped my promoted listings. I have 15% promoted, and I, excuse me, and I added volume pricing on it. So, I had only 3 views in 30 days, but summer is coming, cruise ship time, and March is coming. So this is my last attempt on these. These I'll donate by summer to that consignment store, and they'll sell right away. But I think these comps are there, especially since summer is coming, and there's not a thing wrong with these. They're a decent size, and I don't know, I forgot what all my keywords were. It was just Aeropostale swim trunks, the size, and then some basic keywords. But let's hope that my changes help on that. Okay, now let's see here. The Munsing wear. Okay, so that was number... The Aeropostale were number 207 that are still left. This is number 212. So there's a couple pair of shorts here in a row that I've had way, way, way too long. I did decide to give these another round. I sell a ton of these kind of shorts. They're kind of like hiking. They're a little bit bigger sizes. Roundtree in York makes things like this, and Savane also makes shorts like this, and I never have any trouble selling them. So, yeah, these are just Munsing wear, size 42. They're like a hiking. They've always got the flat pockets, a little bit of a cargo look. So, I've had 2 views in 30 days before I ended them. And right now there are 20 active in this size, in this brand, and 4 sold. But one was actually a pair of Carhartt shorts. They must have had this in the keyword somewhere else. So I went ahead and I took a couple of extra photos. I put Gorp Core, which is kind of a hiking aesthetic that people wear. Even if they don't go hiking, they wear this kind of an aesthetic. And then I put flat pockets, and I changed my promoted to 15%. So would I buy these with a 20 active and 4 sold when one wasn't even, one was a Carhartt pair of pants? So 20 active to 3 sold. I wouldn't, but I am doing really well with the Gorp Core keywords, and I feel like I already have these. I feel like, too, I have to be a little careful with it being winter on the percentages. So when I'm looking at these, like on the Aeropostale swim trunks and then on these Munsing wear, I thought, okay, if they double for summer, like with summer coming in the next 2 to 3 months, or at least summer buying, you know, the consignment store I take stuff to is already wanting spring stuff. They're done with winter, they're done with skiing. So if I'm looking ahead in my business a couple of months, it's time to start stocking up on this kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, in the summer, at the minimum, the sales will double on shorts versus what it is right now, if not more. So then you're looking at 20 active, 6 sold. Same on the Aeropostale. Then with swim trunks, it's not so bad. So I decided to give these another whirl. I took a few extra photos. The photos I retook on both of the Aeropostale and these were just with the ruler in the photos. I never did that until about a year ago when I joined Chris and Tech's group. I would put measurements in my listings, but I never put the actual ruler on there. And so now that I'm doing that, it's just kind of my new requirements for any listing I have. I think it saves me a lot of returns because people can look and see that I'm not making up the sizing. And you know, I'm just trying to bring these up to my standards, see if they can sell with the new keywords, see if I ended up with these today, how I would list them. And I'm just making some changes, and we'll see how it goes. Some of this, I know I'm not going to make what I would make if I was listing my new stuff behind me, but a lot of this, it just has to go. I am going to run out of space as I list more and more every day. And plus, I found, like I said, I found 2 things out of these 23 that have not sold because they had fallen off. So that's what I'm really looking for, is what's fallen off, what can I do to get this stuff sold. Okay, so that is the Munsing wear. Let's see where, oh, okay, that is number 3. Okay, number 4 is Karen Stevens. This dress, I had words like secretary, I had maxi, I had a lot of that, but this is kind of a 90s dress with shoulder pads. And the Karen Stevens itself, there was one very, very similar to this, and some people are getting $30 and $40. Now, it does not have the fastest sell-through, but the one that I saw that was similar and that had sold in this, they put that this was like a bolero covered jacket. You know, I put burgundy. I changed to put, let me see what else I put. I did rephoto it with measurements in there, and then I upped my volume pricing. I upped my promoted, and I priced it lower at, well, actually, I raised it. The price I had lowered this with so many sales to like 20 bucks. And I think I put, well, I put modesty because there's no split in the skirt. I put maxi, I put Y2K, I put 90s. I really upped my keywords and matched the one that had gotten a lot and looked very similar to this. So I had only had one view in 30 days on this, but I did see that it's kind of, you know, a bad sell-through. That's why I'm just iffy on some of these, but I think I do really well with my keywords once I know what they are. So right now, there are 1,287 active and 96 sold. So I'm thinking, you know, this might still take a while, but with the measurements, I retook a few photos. It's really looks gorgeous in my photos now. And then with my promoted, I'm thinking I can get 20 bucks. So, you know, should I be trying this? I don't know. But I am able to make some things sell just because of the Y2K, the 90s, the shoulder pads, that kind of thing. A lot of people still are not using those keywords. So I'm going to see how I can do on this. We'll see. Okay, so that's what I tried. Just FYI on this brand, if you see Karen Stevens and it's in a denim dress, like one of those long kind of Y2K denim, you know, with no belt, that kind of thing, like a pleated denim just shirt. It's not a shirt dress because it doesn't have a belt, but just a long maxi denim dress. Those had a very high sell-through. So, and just denim skirts that are pleated. You'll see another skirt I have coming up. So that's good for me to know. I'm really trying to focus on that. And I would not pick that up now. But again, I have it. I don't think it was a horrible item to pick up. It's just going to be a little slower. All right, Mountain Hardware. I love Mountain Hardware in bigger sizes. I would not pick up this size again. This is a size 4. It doesn't mean that it won't sell, but it's just slower. It's got the flat pockets. It's a great outdoor brand in bigger sizes, and I love this brand myself to wear. But this is a size 4. And, you know, they're just gray denim is really what they are. Let's see, I'm trying to see here. They have some stretch to them, and they're in really, really good condition. So I've had these just because they dropped on different sales of mine at $8.84, and I've only had one view in 30 days. So they're a little bit of a well, I guess they're kind of more of a straight. They're not really a taper. So I retook a few photos, added the measurements in it. I added Gorp Core on this too because this is kind of a hiking aesthetic type thing. I might be stretching that a little bit, but the brand itself is definitely Gorp Core. The jeans, I mean, I don't know, but I had a lot of extra keywords. I added a few item specifics, even though all of my item specifics that needed to be filled out were. I still went in and just added some more since I was revising this listing. I upped the price to, I want to say $12, but I added a promoted listings at 15% and made sure that my measurements were correct. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with these. A size 4 is a tough sell, but again, I'll probably wait like a month and a half on these, and then for spring when the consignment store is accepting stuff, if I haven't turned these over in another like 40 days, like by middle of March, I'm going to get rid of these too. This is my last attempt. Okay, then let me see here what is packing. So, during COVID, you know, a lot of the garage sales and the thrifts and things were closed, and the garage sales opened up before thrifts. And in Wyoming, you know, we opened up a lot sooner than a lot of places. And so people would have garage sales and they would just have in their ad, you know, wear masks and do all of this. And so I wasn't more than 3 or 4 months without being able to source at all, thankfully. And one of the estate sales I went to just had a ton of postcards and a ton of ephemera. And I actually did very, very well on that grouping. But I am not a postcard seller. I don't really ever plan on doing it. I know just enough to get by if I had another COVID incident or something and I had to sell them. But I did know that hotel postcards can sell. But again, this I've had for like... I've had it at $1.10 for months with no views because I don't have, you know, too many other postcards. So nobody is coming to my store to look for these. And I think that makes a big difference. I've just made a decision that I'm better at clothing. I sell, my average price on my store is $34. Of course, that includes the shipping, but you know, I know there are postcards that get hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The auction professor is proof of that. Like, he knows his postcard, and he would pick one from California. I know he said that Lake Tahoe postcards from California. I mean, you're talking about $200-300. So he pays less than a penny for these things and sells them for hundreds of dollars all the time. But I think you need to be in or you need to be out. That's just my humble opinion, and I'm not really able to figure out a way to source postcards. He says himself that most of the groupings on eBay that you could buy as wholesale lots are other resellers getting rid of the ones that they didn't want to list as singles. Doesn't mean you can't have somebody just put up a really good group. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. And I know I could drive, instead of driving to the bins, I could drive to estate sales in Denver and I could find all of this kind of ephemera, but it just isn't something that I feel like is as simple as the clothing I'm doing. So I'm eliminating some of these. I mean, I'm trying to get things to sell, but anyway, I pulled this. I'm just going to donate it. I give up. I want that out of my store. It's really dragging my store down. That's a whole listing that's not going to sell, you know, for who knows when. Okay, that was number 6. This is number 7. Let me find it here. I'm trying to keep all that packing. Okay, this, it's really cute. It's a piece of ephemera. It's a Cape oil, so that's the thing that you want there. It's like a Christmas card, but a vintage one from an oil company. And so in the scheme of things, you know, that's collectible, and I knew it was. Cape Oil Company from Cape Girardeau, Missouri. But I did a really good listing on this. I used to sell a lot of books and, you know, kind of vintage rare books. And so I know how to do ephemera fairly well. I know how to condition it. You know, everybody cares about every corner, and I took really good photos. I've had 3 views on this in 30 days, but I've had it for $3.07 forever and ever and ever, or less even. I've had no offers, no interest, no nothing. So it's time for me to clear my store out of that. So I'm deleting that off. And in those cases, it's not a space issue. Like I said, I don't have space issues yet anyway. But for those are never going to be a space issue. I just feel like it's an algorithm issue where it's hurting my store. All right. My next one. Now, when I was going through all of this ephemera and I was trying to think about, should I learn about postcards? Tux is a brand. If you're going to ever get into postcards, this Raphael Tux is an artist on postcards that you really want to know about. Now, of course, this postcard's written on, which sometimes matters, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's really cool. This says, "My dear Becky, will you think of me on Christmas Day? If I will of you, wish could see you instead. Lovingly, Susan E." And it's postmarked, let's see, December 18th of 1900. Get my glasses. I want to say 1903. I remember this was an old one. It's so cute. 1908. And you can tell how they didn't have to have any address. It's just Miss Becky East, Spencerport, New York. That's why I could get lost in this stuff. You know, as far as clothing and a passion for it versus this, I have a passion for this. This is just the most interesting thing ever to have a 1908 postcard. It's over 100 years old. And, oh, she has that 12/17/08 from Inglewood, California. And, you know, it just looks like the writing just looks like it was yesterday. So from a personal point of view, I love this stuff, but you have to really have a store full of it, and you have to just get some repeat customers, and it just isn't worth it. I might even, I don't know. I probably won't keep it. I don't need it, but it's cute. It's just a piece of history. I won't throw it away. I will try to find someone who will appreciate it. That's my problem is I love the Goodwill for all the clothing they give me, but sometimes I wonder now, okay, where are all these postcards and scrapbooks and things that I know I see at garage and estate sales? They have to get a lot of that donated, so where is it going? And it kind of breaks my heart. I'm a little bit scared. of what they do with it. But I had had 2 views on that in 30 days. I'd had it for like $8. I was willing to take an offer, willing to get any kind of an offer, and I've had nothing. Nothing. Now today, I just sold a Valentine because February's coming up. I had gotten a huge lot of Valentines, and I knew that the ones that had the 3D and they have the, you'd think I would know since I listed so many, but they have that kind of crepe paper thing that pops out and it makes all kinds of, you know, forms of different things like the skirt of the dress on a 3D postcard. And I sold a lot of them for $20 and above. So I did good on the group. But this one, as cute as I think it is, it's just kind of plain. It says Joseph. I saw a lot of postcards that had like names down here. I don't know if that was a thing back then or not. This I can't see the date on. Sorry guys, I'm still losing my voice. But anyway, I'm just going to probably like give this to my husband for Valentine's, not his only card or his only thing, but I just think it's cute. It says, I aim to have you for my Valentine. My aim is as true as my love for you. Be my Valentine. Oh, please do. And I just think it's cute. So, but it has to come out of my store. You know, right now, I'm sure if I really, you know, up the promoted listings this month that the Valentine would sell. But there's so many amazing Valentines. I mean, the German ones are so intricate that this one's just kind of getting lost in the shuffle. It's not really that special in the scheme of things. Okay. Sorry, I had all these packed in this kind of more, you know, stiff cardboard. And then I got to find the pieces to it. All right, this is an Easter card. Again, I know Easter's coming. I could save this. It says, to wish you a peaceful, happy Easter. And then peace abundant. And it has a nice little poem. And let me see if this has a date on the back. It's old anyway. And it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. Now, this is a German one. It says printed in Germany on the back. Down there. And it's just really pretty. But again, Easter cards, Mother's Day cards that are vintage, birthday cards even, they don't do as well. I'm not saying that certain people who know how to market these can't get money. I measured it. I took excellent photos, and this just isn't selling. So for me, it has to go. It was $1.84 in my store. I've had 1 view in 30 days. So time for it to go. All right, same with these. These are number 274 in my store, and I'm on the 4000s now. So I've had these way over a year. They're really nice camo cargo shorts. They're a good size. They are a size 40. Highland Outfitters. But I looked up this brand. There are 108 used Highland Outfitter shorts, and 1 has sold, and it was a sweater. Like, nothing in this brand is selling. So I must have gotten it in a huge group of things. Sometimes at garage sales, I just buy it all because it's so cheap. And, you know, if I see some good brands in it. And I thought, well, camo, I do really well with camo stuff. But I have just had no luck at all moving these. So I'm going to donate these to consignment. These will sell in person when someone can see them. They're darling. But it's no one's looking for the brand. So those have to go. Okay. Same with these. These are Gap. These are number 278. So I have a couple pair of shorts here in a row that aren't selling. These are darling. They're really cute gray floral. Really cute condition. They're a size 2. You know, size 2. But, I mean, I just don't see why these wouldn't sell. You know, smaller sizes do sell on eBay too. They just take longer. But right now, in Gap shorts, size 2, there's 1,017 active and 34 sold. So I told myself, you know, even if the shorts go through the roof and they double, this still has a 50% sell-through rate, and I just don't want to hold on to it. I'm going to consign these. I've tried. I've had these for way over a year, and my photos were good. I double-checked everything. It's nothing that I know to do. It's not exactly like a Y2K style. There's just no keyword that I know of to get those things to sell. Okay, I was just watching a video how good Express can be in certain things because it is considered a Y2K thing. But these are the Express producer pants. And, you know, the editor and the producer and some of these pants I used to sell and do really, really well on. There was like a time for them. Maybe that time hasn't passed, but on the Express producers, I've had one view in 30 days. And then there are 31 active in Express producers and 3 sold right now. And this is the middle of winter. This is when, you know, you would think you'd be buying pants. These are a smaller size also. These are, what are they? A size 31 waist and a 30 length. So I don't know what that equals out to be. But, you know, like about an 8 or a 10. And they have a really faint pinstripe. I think they're cute, but I just have done everything I'm willing to do. And with that sell through, I looked, my photos were good, I thought, so I'm just going to consign these. Excuse me. I have really good stuff behind me. I have Ariat M2 jeans. I've got, you know, stuff. I just would not pick those up again, at least not in that size and without some proof that they're good. Now, Nautica, I just heard too today that it can, you know, it's got kind of a Y2K vibe, surf vibe. Some of it's coming back. I thought these were really cute. These are the Nautica Clipper. So I thought these were cute. But they did have, where is it? It's right here. They did have this snag on the back. And I think just the positioning of that flaw was just enough. I think if these... you know, didn't have that flaw right there in that spot. Like I think if it was down here on a leg or near the pocket, I don't think it would have mattered. I had listed them at the time because I had so much stuff. Let me see here. What did I write on those? Hopefully I made a note. I guess I didn't. I guess the only thing I put on those is just that they had the flaw and that's why they didn't sell. I didn't even look up comps because... you know, I just didn't feel like it was worth my time to rephoto. I think that's going to be a hard sell even for anybody. Even if you're using them for hiking, just right there. I think there's a lot of people that still won't go for that. Whereas in the leg, on pants, I think people who are hiking, you know, anyway. So I'm getting rid of them. Well, I'm gonna consign them. They'll take them still. Okay. These are vintage Calvin Klein women's jeans. These were not listed, so I had to go to Ink Frog. I have Ink Frog as a backup. You know, I go weeks and weeks and don't use it. And then when I'm doing something like this, though, I find my inventory. And to be honest, right now with eBay's draft thing where they're losing people's drafts, that's why I've always paid that $30 a month on Ink Frog. I used to have my people who were helping me list through Ink Frog, so I didn't have to give them my eBay password. But now eBay has user permission, so I just use that because I like to just list right into eBay. So I don't know what the future is of what I'm going to do with Ink Frog, but boy, it sure is coming in handy right now. I found 2 things that I would have had to totally relist if I couldn't just go to Ink Frog. So anyway, Calvin Klein jeans. These are women's. They're made in the USA. They're size 6. And, you know, they are kind of like the high-waisted. They're cute. There is a little flaw right here on the pocket. And then they are tapered leg. I'm trying to get them tapered leg a little bit. And, you know, they have some edge wear down here. But overall, a pretty Y2K, like 1990s vibe going on. So these were not listed. Right now, there's 1,691 active and 391 sold. So, you know, that's like a, you know, 1 to 4 sell-through rate, which I would never pick these up under those circumstances now. I try to do literally, I really work hard to do 100% sell-through, which takes me tons of time, but then I don't have this problem. I don't have this problem anymore on my new stuff. You know, unless there's really a flaw and something doesn't move or I miss something, I don't have to go back through and find hundreds of items that just haven't sold. But this was back when I was trying to save time sourcing, And I'm not saying that that's not a good business model. You know, I spend so much time sourcing that, you know, you see me when I'm doing all these hauls and I talk about how far I have to drive. Well, if I got more when I was there, and if I picked up stuff like this and I was just willing to wait, I wouldn't have to go near as often. So the reason I have to source so much is because this drives me nuts more than being in the thrift store longer. And that's just the trade-off. For me, it's frustrating even if I paid 50 cents for these in a big lot. They just, you know, aren't moving as fast. And so I just try to avoid it. I would really rather be gone an extra day, or you know, whatever it takes to not end up in this boat again is what I've been working on for ever since COVID. This is not the first time I've edited stuff and looked at stuff. This is just the oldest of, you know, the group that is left currently, but I've had a previous group to this where I just picked up things. I tried to look them up. I knew how to look them up, but I thought, well, you know, these do sell, and I just picked up too much stuff that took forever. So that's my spiel. That's my preference. I know many people who don't care if it takes a year or two for stuff to sell, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. A lot of it for me too, honestly, is just cash flow. I can't afford to go on trips and bring home huge amounts of stuff, and then if it doesn't flip right away and if I don't get my money back, I'm just in a financial position, I guess. My trips are so expensive that it really hurts me financially to go on a trip, spend $200 in hotels, and bring home stuff that it's really unpredictable. Even with all the changes I made to this, you know, I don't know when this is going to sell. So it's okay since I already invested in it, and it's actually saving me money this week where I'm not leaving yet till like Thursday on a trip. But these are cute. I know they'll sell based on the comps. It's just going to be slow. So I added high rise, I added Y2K, I already had mom in the title. I had done, I thought, a decent job on the listing. I retook a few photos with some with the ruler in the actual photos. While I was looking these up, just FYI, Calvin Klein overalls of any kind in women's is a bolo. I mean, you just want to pick it up. When I was looking for these, just overalls over and over and over came up in the $35 to $75 range. So that tells me too that I should not be looking at the brand on denim overalls and certain things. I've got to at least pick them up in the bins and then take a look. So that is a little bolo. Let's see here. All right. This is a Hunt Club denim skirt. It's got the flare. It's a modesty. You know, it's got buttons but no slit. Modesty skirts, my understanding is that, you know, if you want to be modest, you don't have any slit, you know, in them, because people who wear modesty clothing, I don't believe, prefer that. It's got a stretch waist. It's a good size. It's a size 10, made in the USA. I've had 5 views on this in 30 days, and it just didn't sell. So I decided to give it another whirl. Right now, if you type in Hunt Club denim skirt, it's 43 active, 4 sold. So it's not good. Nothing I would certainly pick up now. But I had words like maxi and button front and denim in my title, and I decided to change it to the ones that I saw that were selling, that actually had sold. So I changed my title to include A-line, flare, and pleated, and Y2K, and 90s, and several other, you know, keywords. And so I think, you know, I have a good chance of getting it sold. If not, I will donate this like in March, before they quit taking stuff like this. I think I will do that before summer if I can't get this sold. All right. Oh, I added Western also. And other people had Cowgirl. So I had Boho Maxi Prairie. And instead I took those out and I put A-line, flare, pleated, Western. And then I didn't have room for Cowgirl, but I might try that too. And I changed the category from vintage skirt to just skirt. So we'll see. This one I'm kind of iffy on. I do so good on these satin jackets. It's almost like hats, you know, even if the logo is something obscure on like a men's vintage hat, sometimes it'll sell just out of the look of it. And this is a really cool kind of satin jacket. It's an Opti brand, and it's a size large, and it does have the lining in it. And this is a soccer club in Colorado, and I just thought whenever I got it, I don't know when that was, that it would sell just based on the aesthetic or the look of it. But this was not listed, so when I went to find it in my eBay inventory, it had fallen off. I vaguely remember someone, you know, saying they were going to buy it, and then they canceled their order or something, or never paid. And I'm getting better at that now that I realize eBay does not relist even if you tell it to. Sometimes I'm trying to check, but I miss it, and that's why I have to do inventory. So anyway, I rephotoed it, took some measurements with the ruler. It does have a flaw. It has a stain or two in here. And so I just upped my promoted to 15%, and I put like $11 on it because of the flaws. But I think it's really cute for my store, and I hope it sells. All right, let's see. This brand I used to pick up all the time. I thought it was a bolo. It's Nat Nast, but this is a cotton polyester, and it's just a polo shirt. There are this exact one on there. There's quite a few people with it, actually. And this one, it had this stain back here. But at the time, like 2 or 3 years ago when I listed this, I thought that Nat Nast, I'm trying to find the stain. It's there anyway, guys. And, you know, Nat Nast was a pickup. I had heard about it from a lot of people. And this is the luxury original, so I thought it was a really good pickup, even with the flaw. But I've had, I don't know how many views I had. But anyway, right now there are 387 Nat Nast luxury shirts, and only 13 have sold. So whatever happened to the brand, it's not a pickup anymore, so I'm just going to consign it, especially with the stain. I give up on you. I don't give up easy, but I give up when it's time. I just give up, you know. Same with this. For a little while, everybody was saying, you know, pick up the Railroad Oshkosh Begosh, the vest back stuff. And this was not vest back, but it was vintage. And so I was trying to just get that keyword in my store. And I sold, during that time when it was really a big pickup, I think I sold like a kid's pair of $50 overalls because it was either the corduroy or it had the floral or something. But after that, I never could get any of the overalls that I picked up really sold for more than like 15. So I've pretty much stopped picking them up. I know that there are colors and, you know, patterns that still sell for a lot, but I don't really go through the kids' clothes anyway. So I give up on this. I've tried. It's just a kid's shirt. It's a size 5. And, you know, I could hold out and try to put it for $1, but I give up on that. I just want it out of my store. I think it's dragging my store down. Let's see here. This is really why I do my inventory. These I remember, they sold at least once. They didn't pay. These are Stussy. These are the 8-ball pool kind of shorts. This pattern is really sought after. I had these for like $89 in my store, and I know I sold them once, and then it dropped off. I thought I had relisted them. So these were not listed. So I went to Ink Frog, got them relisted. I marked the price down to $69 because I just want these to successfully sell. I'm tired of having these in my store. I've had them for over a year. Stussy is a good brand, but before the style fades or whatever, I just want to get them sold. So I upped my promoted. I put the better price, and I hope that these sell. So that was the second thing, that the striker's jacket, and then that they just weren't up for sale. So even though I'm not listing today, eBay thinks I am, because I took extra photos of those two, added the ruler in it for the measurements, you know, tried to make the listing look very different with keywords and everything else, changed things around, redid the measurements, and, you know, so the ones I'm keeping are taking me 2 to 5 minutes to really make sure, you know, is this worth the $6, $10, $20 I'm going to get? Same on this one. This is a great consignment thing. You know, it's just a NFL t-shirt, Super Bowl. This is from that, well, I want to say it's from that guy's house, but he was a 3X. So I honestly don't know if I got this at a garage sale. I know I wouldn't have paid much. But anyway, brand new with tags. I can't move it. There are several other people with this same shirt. Right now, for anything similar, even Super Bowl, whatever it is, from 2015, there are 17 shirts up in the Majestic brand and 0 sold. So I'm going to consign this. I know there are keywords and creative things I could do, but I'm just done with that. Same with these, you know, I used to call these booty shorts. I've called them shorties. I've done everything that I can think of to get rid of these. I guess I didn't write it down, but I just looked it up. And I mean, it is literally thousands of size 2 American Eagle shorty. Not even shorts, just in the actual shorty style or cutoff style, to like a couple hundred sold, if that. And it's just the fact that they're a size 2. I know if I kept these till summer, the sales would move better. And it might be my store. You know, you come in and you've got a lot of outdoor wear. And if I had, you know, 2,000 of these or 2,000 of this style that this person who wants to wear these would wear, maybe they would move faster. But these will sell in the summer here coming up in the next few months at that consignment store. This is the right size for the college age girls that shop there, and this will go. So I'm getting rid of that. Okay. And then this is number 23. This is my last thing. I'm getting rid of these. I think they have a decent style. They're high rise. They're black. They're a 14 medium, so they're a good size. They are, you know, made of U.S. material. They're not made in the U.S., so they're not, you know, I think they might be 90s or early 2000s. I don't know my styles that well. But these are just a black pair of Lee original jeans. And they're not tapered. They're kind of straight. They're also not boot or flare, which I know is the going thing right now. So anyway, I looked. I've had 16 views on these in 30 days and no sales. My price was low. And I looked, and on Lee Original Jeans, not even in black, just Lee Original Jeans, there are 16 up and 1 sold. So I just don't think, you know, I'm going to win that game. I could hold out till the style changes or something, but I just feel better if I get some consignment money for these. So for this bag of consignment, I might only earn enough to buy one good thing, like 1 Patagonia shirt, 1 Marmot pair of pants, 1 Polo Ralph Lauren. But to me, that's worth it. Because I feel like I'm freeing up my store. I feel like right now, today, it's going to hurt my store, but tomorrow morning I have 30 items coming from my virtual assistant, and then I'm going to list more too. So tomorrow, when I list 30, 40, 50 items, then these are going to be a distant memory in eBay's mind, and I think that, you know, the new sell-through on my new stuff will start to overcome some of the problems from this. So anyway, that's what I chose to do. Tell me if you agree below. Would you have just kept these things? I mean, once you invest in something, how long do you wait? Do you just wait 2 years? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, as long as you're listing new stuff and your store is still moving. But this is, you know, what I decided to do in my store, and let me know what you think. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow with a shipping video. Have a good day.